Hey, Jacob.
Hey, Matt.
What are we driving today?
Oh, looks like the all-new Hyundai Kona.
What were Hyundai thinking, Jacob?
I got no bloody idea.
Listen here, mate. This thing is more expensive. It's gone up like 5 grand. This one here, the N-Line Premium whatever, with the 1.6 litre turbo petrol engine is 46,500 Australian dollars. That's quite a lot of money. Before on-roads, what? Unreal. It's grown proportionally. It's things a lot bigger than its predecessor. Its interior is entirely different, much more premium materials. You can guess where that cost went up, but it does drive very similarly to before because you get these same powertrains, except there will be a hybrid coming as well. So make sure you subscribe. We will go to the launch of that one in about October. Today, we're gonna take you on a full detailed review of the new Kona. We're gonna take you around the exterior, move on to the interior. We're gonna drive it, both the 2-litre base spec, but also this performance 1.6 litre turbo all-wheel drive, Jacob. We're also gonna performance test it by launching them from 0 to 100, see just how quick they are, and then we're gonna end on our final thoughts on the new Hyundai Kona and whether or not Hyundai have completely lost their mind. The Kona doesn't just look wildly different, it seriously is. It's quite a lot bigger than the previous Kona, which Hyundai admits was way too small. So now it's 145 millimeters longer, 60 millimeters longer between the wheelbase. It's also 25 millimeters wider and 20 millimeters taller, and that's because this is built on an all-new platform. And then of course, there's just the styling differences, man. I think this looks entirely different.
Bro, this looks wild.
Wild, ostentatious,
Audacious?
bodacious.
Flirtatious.
Check out this light bar here. It is absolutely enormous.
It's huge.
Check out this Hyundai badge, it's flat.
Oh, it's very aero.
You're also gonna notice that the front is almost completely closed up, and that's because it was designed with the EV in mind. And so you've got things here like active aero shutters that open and close depending on if the engine needs cooling or not. Pretty cool. Down the bottom, you've also got like a special sporty splitter because of course this is the top of the range. That means it comes with the N-Line package, and that gives it a pretty damn cool look, I think. Okay, so coming to the side, you're gonna notice these 19-inch wheels here. If you get the 1.6 litre turbo petrol with the all-wheel drive system, you actually get wider tires, 235s. You're gonna have to excuse us, by the way. We're filming in like an industrial park. Unreal. But it's good because they still have pretty thick sidewalls to them, so hopefully they're very comfortable.
Yeah, hopefully. One man can dream. I think they're constructing the Death Star, bro.
By the sounds of it. I like how they're going really slow. You know, like,
That's its top speed.
I really like this body colored cladding here. You've got the N-Line badge. Check out these blacked out mirror caps with, look, little camera under there. This thing does come with a 360 camera, at least on the higher specs. You've got keyless entry and go. Privacy glass there too, which is pretty tinted. And you got some roof rails up top. And check this Z shape out. They've really cut quite a lot into the bodywork. It gives it a really like menacing presence. I'm scared.
I'm frankly terrified.
Oh, scared me. Let's check out the back. And then coming to the bum, you're gonna see these dual split wings system. Doesn't actually do anything, but it's a pretty cool spoiler, I reckon. You've also got a third brake light there, some more tinted privacy glass. Check out this light bar, Jacob.
It's ginormous.
Check out this badge here. You've also got the Kona badge there too. You've also got some diffusers and dual tip exhausts. Even if you get the hybrid with the N-Line package when it eventually comes out, you'll still get dual tipped exhausts. You'll also see the 1.6T badge there. You've got your split taillight design, very much like the front. And Jacob, I think the last piece de resistance is gonna be how this thing sounds. Let's listen to it. Didn't that sound just phenomenal?
That was pleasant.
It was all right. Listen, powered tailgate, let's go into the boot. You're gonna notice heaps of space in the boot. This was one of the biggest issues with the previous Kona and they've really fixed it. You've got a little bit of underfloor storage, but you've also got a space saver spare wheel, so that's pretty good. You've also got a false floor, which you can hide away, and you can also drop the rear seats to get even more space. Jacob, let's check out the interior.
Let's do it.
All right, coming into the interior, Jacob, and I gotta ask, what were Hyundai thinking?
I can tell you what they were thinking.
Oh.
Smart thoughts.
Big brain energy Hyundai were having. If you have sat in the last Hyundai Kona, it just felt really cheap. I'm not gonna say that this is a lot better because you touch around, scratchy materials in a lot of places. You do have some soft touch, but it still feels a little bit low price. However, the design itself is phenomenal. It is so good. I would say this is the best laid out interior on any small SUV.
I would agree. It looks so cool.
You get dual digital instrument displays, and guess what, Jacob?
What?
You have an NVIDIA processor behind it.
What?
What do they claim, like 15 times more powerful or something?
Holy crap.
I don't know. It is very snappy and responsive. They've completely changed their UI now. They're going for a more minimal aesthetic.
It looks like Android.
Looks like a bloody Android. Up in front of you, you get another display. It's pretty bright, crisp, color accurate, and it is, again, that minimal vibe. You can change between your drive modes and get some pretty cool little graphics, so I guess I like that. I don't know, man. The technology in here works super well.
It's pretty much class leading.
I would say so. You've still got your physical buttons here to control the display, and that means Hyundai actually cares about user experience. And you have air conditioning controls here that are super easy to use. I like them a lot. Just like I like this design down here. I've never been so infatuated by USB-C ports. But You've got a USB-C port here that changes color when you change between its modes. You've got charging only and then charging and connecting to the display.
I've never seen you press a button so many times.
I love it. You've also got another USB-C port there and a 12-volt socket that you press. Ooh, it feels so nice.
Very satisfying.
Very satisfying. You've got a wireless Qi charger here, and that's across the range, so very impressive. And this being the top of the range, we get heated steering wheel, heated seats, cooled seats, and of course our drive mode selector here, including terrain modes in case you want to take your Kona N-Line off-road. Yeah,
Wouldn't recommend it.
Don't do that. I love this bit of design. In the center, you get this open area with hidden cup holders. That's awesome. You've also got a nice and soft center armrest. You lift that up, you get a little storage tray, and then heaps more storage underneath there. So it's actually quite impressive, the practicality they've put in here, man.
Yeah, and there's heaps of storage around the place.
Yeah, not to mention this little area here, you've got a pretty massive glove box there too. The seats. Now these are real leather and Alcantara seats, and they feel really nice, very supportive. You can go into relaxation mode here on the top spec if you want to. It's a bit of a gimmick though, but very adjustable. You can get them in the perfect position. Not to mention the steering wheel feels amazing in the hands. This one is the N-Line steering wheel. You've also got Morse code in the center, 4 dots, that means H. Apparently, I don't know, maybe I'll ask my great-grandpa, Hyundai. And buttons here to control absolutely everything, including all of your autonomous safety features. Now, this thing is loaded to the gills with safety features, including a little camera up front to make sure that your eyes are looking at the road. But thankfully, it's a really unobtrusive system. It just does a nice little bing if you're not looking. That's a nice place to be, man.
It's definitely a step up from the previous Kona.
Did I mention a Bose sound system?
Oh, how could you forget?
Get that bass pumping. It's okay. It's not gonna blow your mind, but it's good. Oh, and the red piping around. I like that too. Let's check out the back seats. Jacob, what was Hyundai thinking in the back?
Clearly smart thoughts again.
Very intelligent, big brain energy back here too. This is wild. Hyundai says that this is actually rivaling Tucson levels of space, and I believe it because of that longer wheelbase. I mean, I'm 5'11". Check this out. Look how much legroom I have. Toe room is phenomenal. Headroom is amazing too. This could not be said of the last Kona, which felt like you were a bit like that, you know?
You were definitely crammed in there.
Bit cramped in the back. You've also got 2 USB-C ports, so your kids will love that. Air vents back here and a little storage area, map pockets. Oh, these Alcantara and leather seats feel amazing. Pull that down. You've got 2 cup holders and nice soft leather. Man, so impressed.
Very good.
But let's step down in luxury and take the POV spec out for a drive first.
Oh, let's give it a shot.
All right, friend, before we get into how these things drive, we got to launch them. We got to performance test them. So let's put the car into sport mode. Oof. This is the 2-liter. How does this base model go? I'm excited. Let's do it. All right, brake boost, launching it. Oh, come on, give us all that power, baby.
Oh, gentle acceleration.
I'd call that sedate.
Come on.
Come on, baby.
Oh, it's going all right now.
Come on.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah. 0 to 110.86 seconds. Let's launch the sport version of this. Let's do it. All right, Jacob, now we're gonna launch the Kona N-Line with the 1.6 litre turbo petrol.
Let's see if it can beat that.
Brake
11
boost launch it.
seconds.
We're in sport mode. Let's do it.
Ooh.
I mean, it
Oh yeah.
feels a lot faster.
Way faster.
Specialist timing gear is falling.
Not bad. Not
0 to
bad.
100 in 8.64 seconds.
I was definitely expecting a little bit better.
I was expecting a bit more because it does feel pretty fast. Let's drive them normally. Alrighty, bro. Giving this 2-liter base model some sauce.
I love it, bro.
It's actually surprisingly good. Like,
I mean,
no joke.
It hasn't got that, you know,
Exactly.
that the other one does.
Doesn't quite have that. We'll come to that, Jacob. Let's talk about this. So it's a 2-litre, naturally aspirated 4-cylinder petrol engine, and it pumps out 110 kilowatt of power, 183 newton meters of torque.
Those are Mitsubishi Lancer numbers.
You would know. But, you know, we come to a little stop here.
Oh, the brakes are pretty good.
It's the wet. It's the wet. Yeah, by the way, they're upgraded across the range. Now they all have the N-Line bigger brakes.
Oh, I hate CVTs, bro.
Look, this one's an intelligent CVT.
Oh, I'm glad it's not dumb.
Yeah, exactly. So you know you got the good one from school, not the bad one. I'll tell you what though, in all seriousness, even though the 2-litre naturally aspirated engine does come with a torsion beam rear suspension, it's still pretty good.
Yeah, very stable.
Very stable. It's wet as all hell, but it's pretty damn impressive. And right now we're driving it in normal mode and it does feel really comfy, right?
Honestly, yeah, really comfy.
Really comfy. Yes, you get smaller wheels here with bigger sidewalls, so that does help. But like genuinely, this is a step up over the previous Kona, like quite significantly.
You know what else I'm noticing?
What?
The noise in here. It's pretty quiet.
It's quiet. You don't really hear the engine either. Like it's genuinely impressive. When you come to a stop and it's sitting at idle, you can't hear the engine, which is genuinely
We were like
impressive.
confused before, like, is the car even on?
We genuinely weren't sure.
Yes.
But we're real automotive journalists. And then finally, let's just quickly talk about fuel economy. So over the 200 kilometers today of driving, almost 8.2 liters per 100 kilometers. And that's good because these roads have been like, we've been giving this car a lot of sauce.
There's been sauce that has been given.
Sauce has been applied to this 2-litre Atkinson engine. But Jacob, it's probably time we switch this car into sport mode, give it some sauce, and then switch over to the all drive.
Let's do it.
Alrighty, bro, driving the N-Line 1.6 litre turbo, the top of the range. Also, how cool is that? We just turn that camera so you can see a bit better.
Oh, that is.
Oh, blind spot camera.
And it's actually super high quality.
You know what? You know what the best thing about this 1.6 litre turbo is now?
What is it?
Let's drop a gear using the torque converter, 8-speed.
So much better.
It's genuinely impressive. Let me put the car into sport mode. I'm gonna drop down some gears to 1.
Launch control.
Oh, we'll come back to the performance, but
That goes all right.
it has gotten rid of the silly 7-speed dual clutch. Unbelievably good. It just drives so much better. Also, this thing is apparently more rigid, and frankly, I'd agree with them.
Apparently the new chassis is more flexible.
What the hell does that even mean?
I don't know, but apparently it gives you more rigidity.
The other thing you're going to notice is the multi-link rear suspension, which does make a surprising amount of difference in terms of its cornering performance.
Whoa. This thing goes all right.
Actually goes pretty good, right? It's quick. Look, the other one was quick before, but this also feels nice and quick.
This feels a lot faster though.
But the better part is, yeah, when you're just driving around town going at normal speeds, in normal mode, it drives so much better. It's a night and day difference. Also, one thing, when you put it in sport mode, the brake feel actually changes.
That's so weird.
It's so weird. It's like super grabby. It's actually the same brakes, even in, you know, compared to the base spec. But I'll be totally honest with you, man. I probably wouldn't buy this powertrain, even though you do get that all-wheel drive system. It's front-wheel drive bias and will send power to the rear when needed, but I wouldn't do it.
Why is that?
I'd just wait for the hybrid.
Yeah.
It's also going to be a 1.6 litre, not turbocharged. It puts out a very similar amount of torque, a lot less power.
But it's going to have that hybrid train to supplement.
Yeah, it's going to have a claimed fuel economy of 9 litres per 100 kilometres.
That's insane.
Whereas this, it's, let's see what we're getting here. Over the last day of driving, we've been getting 10.2 litres per 100 kilometres.
That's actually not amazing for a 4-cylinder.
Not amazing. Look, it's performance-y, I get that, but like, do you really need that in your Kona? I don't know.
I'd probably just get the base spec, which has the Atkinson cycle, and just get better fuel economy.
And a lot cheaper. Regardless though, it drives phenomenally well. Yeah, almost to a fault. It's too good. Who do you think you are?
What right does it have to drive this well?
All right, let's get to our final thoughts. So, Jacob, what were Hyundai thinking? Can I give you my thoughts first?
Yeah, you go first, bro.
Listen,
I'm
they needed
listening.
to change the last Kona. It was a little bit compromised, a little bit too small, drove totally fine, except for that 7-speed dual clutch. That was a bit poopy. Objectively, they've changed so much with this car. It is phenomenally good, but at a literal expense because it's gone up quite a lot in price. But I can still say between this and the Toyota Corolla Cross, I reckon you've got 2 class leaders there. What do you reckon?
I completely agree. And that's actually the first thing I thought was, how does it compare to the Corolla Cross? And I think it, for me, beats it.